All right, lads. Welcome back to me podcast, Cheaper Than Therapy. Mick Thomas here. How are you? Thanks for coming back, liking, subscribing, sharing, and tuning into the show. Of course, this podcast is available wherever you get your podcast. Spotify, iTunes, Apple Play, Podbean, all of them. And of course, if you want to go to YouTube and look at my shitty studio. Sex. Right? Now that I got your attention, before I get into sex talk, because that's what this conversation is going to be about today, I want to go through some quick things. On August 12th at Governor's in Levittown, I will be doing a monster show on a monster lineup to raise funds for our good buddy John Ziegler, who's fallen on some medical hard times, and we're trying to help him out a bit, raise some money. Some fantastic people. Colin Quinn is going to be on the show, worth the price of admission alone. Of course, yours truly is going to be on here. And apparently there's a huge special guest that I can't really name, but put it this way, very, very big special guest available on the show. Sorry, let me just check that. I want to make sure I hit record on that. Available on the show. So look, it's going to be a good night. Tickets are selling out fast. I wouldn't be surprised by the time this airs if they're not already gone, but go check it out. Try get some tickets for that show. Also, what I want to talk to you about briefly before I get into the episode is I did get, look at my studio's falling apart here, right? The whole thing is like, this is kind of, if you look, it looks like almost like a tunnel now. I mean, if you're watching on YouTube, it's kind of caving in, right? So, I am in the process of trying to build a new studio right now, but here's the thing, right? I do get offers to advertise on the show, but I don't like to do that. I don't want to advertise on the show because it kind of, nobody wants to listen to ads. I don't like them. I don't want to break the show up, and I don't want to start the show off with that and people just forwarding and stuff. So what I was going to do, and I was talking to a very, very good friend of mine who's a very famous comedian and who has a very successful podcast. I don't want to name drop, of course. I'm not about that. But here's what he suggested, and I'll give it a go. I'll try it. I have a Venmo, Thomas Mick 322. If you want to send money for the show, instead of me wasting your time with advertisers, and you think the show is worth, I don't know, $1, 50 cents, $5, throw something in Venmo, Thomas Mick 322. If you think the show is terrible and you think the show is dog shit and you think I owe you money because it was so bad, like I'm never getting those 25 minutes back of my life, bill me for it. Send it through Venmo. Go, hey Mick, you owe me $100 for that waste of time. But I thought maybe, it'd be interesting to get the fans involved. Since the numbers are growing, we're getting bigger, and because of that, I am turning down advertisement from places because I don't want to be held responsible for advertisers. But you people who listen to the show, if you want to throw in some money, because I want to build this fucking studio. I'm starting it, and I want to try build this studio here where I can start, really, really big broadcast, and want to put a lot of money into it. So if you want to, you're more than welcome to send it to my Venmo, Thomas Mick 322. Anyway, enough of that. So I teased earlier about, I said SexLife. There's a show on Netflix that is now, apparently, it's the #1 watch show on Netflix. You've probably heard of it. If you haven't heard of it, good for you. Congratulations. It's called SexLife or Sex/Life. I don't know the real name of it, to be honest with you, because it's very misleading. And here's the thing, I feel it should be cancelled. Now, we all know I'm against cancel culture. Now, and the reason why I think it should be cancelled, not because it's offensive, but if I was a woman, I would be so annoyed at Netflix to think that this is what you think of us? Women, is this what you think of us? That these guys, it might not be Netflix, they could have bought from another studio, so I don't want to shit on Netflix. I have something coming up, a project with Netflix soon. But I don't really want to shit on Netflix. But what happens, right? If they're sitting around the boardroom and they go, you know what, we need a show for women. What do women like? Hang on a second, let me write this piece of shit and throw it at them. And go, women will fucking love that. And apparently they do. So my question is, women, are you not offended that this is how dumb that these people think you are? It's so insulting to women to think that this is what they're into. Like, now, don't get me wrong, men are dumb. We really are dumb when it comes to what, just go on TikTok and watch these girls just shaking their arse for 30 seconds and then grown men will just write like, "Oh, you're amazing. Where can I send you money?" Just because you're shit. So men are dumb, right? So we're dumb. But when it comes to our television shows, we do request a higher standard. We do seem to aim for a higher standard of entertainment, usually, unless it's sporting events, which I don't watch at all really. But yeah, so I find it very insulting. If I was a woman, I'd be very, very upset to think that this is what you think of me. This is what you think. You could just throw this shit down my throat and I will gobble it all up. And apparently they do. Women love this show, Sex Life. So I watched it. I didn't just watch one episode and shit on it. I sat through all 8 episodes, I think. 8 to 10 episodes. I don't know. I don't remember. It all blended into fucking garbage. It's a dog awful show. So let me tell you what the show's about. It's basically about this woman and a husband who are married, right? And they're having problems in the bedroom. And it's that typical cliche problems too, right? Where they're rich people in Connecticut. Because do you know what I notice? Like when you watch television shows about these like people with the dramatic with the sex, there's never any financial problems. Do you know what I mean? There's never any problems at home that doesn't, like, everything else is fine at home except the sexual relationship, right? It's never like, are you off sleeping with someone from Australia? And she's like, I'm trying to pay the cable bill here. We don't have enough money to pay the bill this week. Did you spend fucking $70 at Target again when I just said I got to pay the mortgage this month? I can't be worrying about fucking other people when you're, you know what I mean? Like, so I get why you don't put the finances in there. So anyway, it's about this couple who live in Connecticut, really, really rich. And apparently this woman has, the woman of the relationship, has a very boring sex life with her husband, who is very like a Ken doll. He looks like a Ken doll. Everything about him is like chiseled chin, perfect hair, and the man's in great shape. And she can't get over her ex, right? Which the actress, can't remember her name. The actress actually is married to her ex in real life. I don't know if anyone knew that. His name is Adam Demos, or Demos, whatever the fuck. And he's Australian, she's Australian, but she does an American accent on it. And it's just, she can't get over it, right? So what she does is she fantasizes about all these things that they used to do. And she writes about them in her journal. And she writes this journal on a laptop on a kitchen counter and just walks away from the journal all the time without locking it. I mean, every guy and girl on here, nobody would hand their phone over to anybody if they asked, right? If you're at home right now on the couch listening to this laughing, if you're driving and there's someone in the car with you, would you turn to your significant other and go, "Hey, here's my phone, look through it"? No, you fucking wouldn't. You wouldn't. Because your history alone and the stuff you're into and the stuff you follow, it's all in that phone. You're not going to share it. But anyway, this fucking dumb bitch seems to just types her sexual journal out and just leaves it on the counter, open, and fucking walks off. And then the husband finds it. But we'll get to that in a minute, right? So, first of all, about the show, the acting is fucking god-awful. Now, I don't claim to be a great actor, so I'm not really going to, say, oh, well, I would have done it better. But I'm not the one that's in a television show, and I'm not out there saying it's great. So, the acting is fucking god-awful. The writing is even worse. It's got every cliche line that you've heard in every movie, television show, or book. And it's based on a book written by a woman, right? It's written by a woman. It's another person who cashed in on the 50 Shades of Grey shit. It's not, it's just dumb writing, lazy, and just fucking women are gobbling it up. I'm not saying women are dumb or lazy. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying you're gobbling this shit up. So it's based on a book that was written by a woman, of course. And, it's got every cliche line in it, like when the woman, she goes, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to say this whole episode will be full of spoilers of that show. And he will say something like, she will say that cliche, go, "I'm late." And what do you think he says? If you were a lazy writer or watching a TV show, what do you think he would say? If the woman says, "I'm late," he would say, "Late for what?" Right? It's that kind of shit. So, she falls in love with this guy back in the past, this dumb fucking guy who's from Australia, who's got a fucking horrible accent. Apparently she's into the accent, right? She's into the, like, he's like, "Oh, fuck, I'm from Australia, innit?" And look, and if you're listening to this in America or any other country that's not Ireland, I'm not unaware that I have an accent also too, right? But I don't go out going, oh, okay, fuck, I'm from fucking Ireland. I have a fucking... I wouldn't know why I'd be Australian, but I am. So if you listen to this in Ireland, you're like, well, that's just Mick. He's from Wexford. That's what they sound like. So this girl is enamored by this guy that she meets. I mean, how does she meet him? How do you think she meets him, everybody? How do you think that a girl would meet him? She's walking home by herself in New York City. What does she do? Like every other normal woman who's beautiful, very sexy, dressed very classy, but also quite sexy. What does she do? She goes down an alleyway that you're not supposed to. Now, the only people do that are people who are about to be rescued by Batman, right? Because that's what always happens. Get out of here. You know, what are you doing, Ellie? You stupid. She goes down the alleyway, and of course this guy harasses her because that's what they do. They just hide in alleys waiting for women, like a spider waits for a fly to come into their web. She walks down the alley and she gets confronted by this big homeless guy who's kind of not really sexually assaulting her, but kind of just being a dick more than anything. And she's like, oh, hey. And then all of a sudden up comes the cliche. He looks like Big Bird, by the way. The hair, I don't know what the fuck is going on with the hair. It's just fluffy and bouncy. I don't think he's that attractive. I don't know why the women are going crazy over him. He does have a good body, though. He does have a very nice body and an enormous cock. And we'll get to that in a second. But, so he walks down the alleyway and he comes out of nowhere and he sees this beautiful, classy woman who decided to take a shortcut down an alley. I mean, at that point, you got to be, if you're the Australian guy, you got to go, look, I will help her, but isn't she a bit fucking tick to be walking down an alley by herself? Like, this doesn't speak volumes of her intelligence, right? So she goes down the alley and he shows up like, oh, fuck, you know, fucking woman, mate. I'll fucking dick you if you don't fucking leave her alone, you fucking dickhead. So he goes then, you know, want to fucking give you a lift home in me fucking car. Right, so they get in the car and they drive to his apartment. Now, apparently, of course, he can't. Again, money is everything in these stories. He can't have a normal job, right? He can't be. He can't work as a bank teller at Chase. He can't be a manager, assistant manager at Walgreens. Right? He can't be any of those things. A normal person. What is he? He's a record producer, and he's been on the cover of Rolling Stone, and he's been all over the world, and he's world famous. And there's pictures of him with Jay-Z and all of that shit. So, of course, he's got everything, right? He fucking saves girls in alleys, and he's got his own stage in his house, so he puts on parties and bands perform in his house in New York City. He's got it all. What do you think? He's got a massive cock. He's in great shape. What do you think he doesn't do? I know what he doesn't do. He doesn't play guitar, Mick Thomas. You'd be fucking wrong. Because in one episode, he gets up and he goes, oh, I'm going to sing a song now. Or the band goes, hey, Brad is going to come up. I think it's something like Brad, something fucking unoriginal where somebody just didn't try. I think it's Brad and her name is Billy, something like that. So I just think the writer just went, Brad. So the guy's on stage and he goes, hey, guess what? Brad is here and Brad's going to play a song. He's like, oh, you fuck, I don't want to play the fucking guitar. What's wrong with you, mate? And they're like, come on up here, Brad, and play a song. So Brad gets up. Let me tell you something. As a novice guitar player, but a guitar player nonetheless, he's not playing one chord. He's not even picking. He's just holding the guitar and he does things with his hands. Like if you watch this on YouTube right now, I'm mimicking what he's doing, and these are not chords. These are not chords, right? These are not fucking chords. What he's doing, and he's not even strumming. And then he said something like the real actor said he had to sing, whatever. But however. So he's not even fucking strumming the guitar. Like, yeah, I'm a fucking play guitar, mate. He's not doing it. He's not playing the fucking guitar. Nobody just comes up and says, hey, listen, actor Adam, listen, could you just at least learn two chords? At least learn two chords. Just two. It's easy. The G and the D, they're so easy. Those chords are so easy. G, D, or even E minor. E minor is just two little fingers. That's E minor. Just learn two chords, mate. Right? Nothing like that at all. And he's a great singer. And then, of course, they have amazing, like, they have all this sex, right? And it's just sex all about. Sex. It's all this very over-the-top, dramatic, romantic sex where, it's just, it's bad. It's bad, everybody. It's really bad. And then, so she writes in her journal and about all these flashbacks. And the husband now reads them all. the husband reads all these things because this dumb bitch just left it open on the kitchen counter and go, well, that's safe. I just typed it and walked away. So she walks away and the husband reads it. So now what does the husband do? He starts to whack off. So he's a bit of a cuck. Now the husband's a bit of a cuckold. So he likes to read these stories of his wife banging this guy. And again, it's just so badly written. And it's narrated to like you would think it would be. Like, you know when you watch a soft porn on Showtime or something where they're having sex, but it's not really sex because if you look at it, it's like the guy's dick must have to be coming out of his belly button to penetrate her at all. Like, it's just all wrong. And she's like, just this narration. Well, the gardener came over this morning and I wanted to see what was under his shirt. It's just, that's how fucking bad it is. That's how insulting it is to fucking women. You know what I mean? Like, and it's just so badly fucking narrated. He plays guitar horribly. So anyway, the husband is just jerking off to these things. Then the husband becomes obsessed with it, starts to follow this guy around, gets to know him, joins a gym. $600 a day gym, a $600 a month membership. I don't fucking what kind of weights they have at that gym. Planet Fitness, $10 a month, right? You can just fucking go ahead and do the same thing, lift the same weights, but $600 a month apparently. So the guy goes to the gym, follows this guy around. He wants to know who his wife is obsessed with. And he follows him into the shower. And that's when the guy turns around and he's got the biggest cock I think I've ever, it's unnecessarily big. And apparently it's real. It's not a prosthetic. It's not fake. It's not photoshopped. Apparently it's just his knob. He's got a long knob. They say it is, but I don't know if it's real because then you'll see shots from behind with his arse sticking out and his legs are apart. So if it was as big as it was when you looked at it from the front, you would see some of it when you look at it from behind. Maybe I'm over-analyzing the size of his penis and I need to pull that back a little bit. No pun intended. But I need to pull back the interest in the guy's knob. So he's like, oh, I got a fucking massive knob, mate. You want to fucking see my knob? So anyway, the whole show is just basically about them going round and round and how much she's obsessed with him, and now the Australian guy comes back into it. He's obsessed with her, and the husband is obsessed with both of them doing everything. So now the husband tries to compete and reenact all the things that she writes in her journal, again through the whole show, leaving her fucking journal on the counter, and then the husband, and then yelling at the husband for reading it. It's some of the worst acting I've ever seen. And I think what happened is when 50 Shades came out, right, which is dog shit too. Women, I don't get why you like it. It's dog shit too. And it's to the point where like your fantasies now are interfering with real life when you do this shit. And that they just give, because 50 Shades was so badly written that every fucking asshole out there thinks that they could, that's what women like, and I can do. And apparently you can. Anyone with a typewriter can write an erotic fucking novel now. And people will fucking lap it up. It is so dumb. Right? So you get 50 Shades, and now what happens? But then you get people who are into all that 50 Shades and that kind of stuff, and then they want their husband, who are fucking janitors who work at a school in Syosset on Long Island or something, and then they come home and go, hey, I want you to fucking slap me. He's like, what? Yeah, just fucking give me a once over. And he's like, what are you talking about? And then all of a sudden he fucking hits her. He doesn't hit her right. He hits her with the fucking rage of a 17-year-old shitty marriage, 3 kids, fucking can't afford to pay the mortgage. He's working as a janitor. He fucking wails on her. Fucking pulls back on her because that's what she's into apparently. Now he's going to fucking jail. She's lying there with a black eye calling the cops. He's going to jail. And it's like, you know what, officer? She asked me to hit her. No one's going to believe that in a court of law. You're gone straight to fucking jail. Fucking fist up her arse and all of a sudden she dies. And you cops walk in and you're like, listen, fucking, I know it looks like she's a muppet right now, but this is what she was into. This is what she was into. You can't get away with it. You can't get away with it. You expect men to know how to fucking choke you and not fucking kill you? Women, what are you doing? Beat me, choke me. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I know you're into that kind of stuff. It's fine in theory. But don't get mad at your fucking everyday average husband who goes out and works a job he doesn't like to come home to a fucking unappreciative house, right? To come home and then all of a sudden he's expected to be a fucking UFC grappler and know how to put the right fucking amount of pressure in a chokehold just to keep you fucking happy. If not, what will you do? You'll go watch a dumb show on fucking Netflix like SexLife. Season 2 is coming out, for fuck's sake. They're making a 2nd season. Never thought, I just thought like, there's no way they're gonna pick up season 2. And they picked up season 2. This guy looks like Big Bird. When you watch this show now, you're going to go, oh my God, Mick was right. He's got the same fluffy hair as Big Bird. He's the same height as Big Bird. And he's got the same fucking beak as him. Now, I'm sure Adam Demos or whatever his name is a nice lad. Sure he is. He's in good shape. I appreciate a man who works out. I like to work out myself. Right? I do. And his knob, if it's real, congratulations. You got a nice big knob there, mate. Good for you. I'm very happy for you. And to your wife, good luck to you all. That's fantastic. But maybe take acting lessons. You know, I'm not saying I'm any better. I'm not claiming to be better. But again, I'm not on a hit television show that every fucking bored housewife across this country and other countries are watching. So yeah, if you know, maybe take a lesson. Just take one or two. Joanna Bexon, that's why I took acting lessons with her. She's really good. Adam, just mention my name. Joanna will take care of you. Dog awful show, right? Dog awful show. And you know, they're doing the thing too where, like, you know, they break all the stereotypes, which is nice. They bring in, she's got a best friend who's black. That's awesome, right? We need that. And then the husband is kind of now has a thing for his boss who's Asian. That's nice too, right? So we got all the diversity going in there. Everything, the whole show comes together. It's got the total package. The only thing it's missing is a car chase, right? I don't understand why girls just can't watch fucking porn. Just go, like, find a porn that's not like what the lads are, because sometimes lads like just awful shit, right? Just awful shit. Some people, you ever go, like, some of my friends and stuff they're into, I watch them like, dude, what the fuck you doing? There's no girl out there that is enjoying making that video. Right? She's not enjoying that video, but that's fine. But women, why can't you find your own version? You know, I had a great joke, but it turned out then Doug Stanhope had the same type of joke, so I stopped doing it. But it was basically like, don't put sex scenes in movies anymore or television shows. Don't do that. Right? We don't put car chases in porn. That was the joke. We don't put car chases in porn, so we don't need sex. If we want good looking sex, we can go on television. We can ignore, stop trying to push OnlyFans on us. Girls, you got to stop pushing OnlyFans and sex in television shows, because we're not buying it. I'm not paying, I've said it before, I'm not paying $12 a month for a girl who's a 6 who thinks she's a 9, right? When I can go online and look at 10s for free. I'm not doing it. Stop trying to push this shit on us. Simple as that. The show season 2, it's season 2 is they're making. I don't get it. But women, I'll close on this. Like, I expect more from you. I would be highly insulted if you sat there and all the executives of, I don't even know if it was Netflix. I'm sure it was made by another company and Netflix bought it off them. You know, I'd be highly insulted if you just sat there and went, you know what, this is what they like. Let's just give them this and that'll keep them happy. And if they're right, then I would be highly insulted and highly embarrassed if they're right. If they were right, I'd be embarrassed to be a woman, to be honest with you, if that's what they say, that's what we like for entertainment. I'm not saying men are any different. Men are we're idiots, probably bigger idiots than women. Probably bigger idiots than women. But we kind of have high standards for television shows. We really do. We kind of have, like, really good standards. Now, you watch the shows with us. I'm not saying you don't. Sopranos, watched mainly by men, but women watched it too. Right? Sons of Anarchy, watched mainly by men, but women watched it too. Breaking Bad, the same. So many great shows. We could sit here all day and list great shows that were predominantly watched by men, but women watched them too in general. But we were kind of smart when it comes to our TV shows, what we like. Right? It's the women, if you look at the shows that are predominantly watched by women, no effort in it whatsoever. No effort in whatsoever. Lucifer. Do you know what that show's about? If you don't know, it's another one on Netflix. Watch it. It's this woman who's a detective, and the devil helps her solve the crimes. That's it. That's I don't need to explain any more to you. The devil helps the detective solve the crimes. Predominantly watched by women. Okay. And now this show. Terrible acting. Boring scenes. Very predictable. Horribly written. He's got a big cock. Right? But I'm sure, girls, you could get a big cock by just going to Google and just looking at it. It's all the same. You only see it once, by the way. I think it's 19 minutes, 54 seconds in. It's weird that number was burned into my head, Mick. But yeah, that's, you know, I would be offended. I don't get offended by anything. But I would be, I don't know, ladies. If I were you, I would be kind of highly upset. I would be highly upset if that's what they think of you and, you know, you went ahead and bought it. You know what I mean? Like, that's their opinion of you. Their opinion is so low to you that they gave you the show SexLife and went, they're going to be all right with that. We know women. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. Anyway, thanks so much for listening, lads. Send your comments. Send your comments. Watch us on YouTube if you want to, right? Watch it on YouTube. Like, subscribe, share, thumbs up, thumbs down, lads. Give it all to me. I love the feedback. I really do. And like I said, if you want to think about donating to the to instead of me getting paid off by advertisers, I'd rather you guys send money, 50 cents here and there, a penny, $1, $5, whatever you think the show's worth, and then I won't have to put an advertisement. Nobody wants to hear fucking me in the middle of something, and then all of a sudden there's a whole breakout about, you know, where you should get your sunglasses from. Nobody gives a shit. Anyway, and July 12th, those tickets are going fast for John Ziegler's benefit. I got a bunch of other shows going up, but that John Ziegler one is the one I really want to promote at Governor's in Long Island, July 12th. Thanks so much for liking, lads, and joining and coming back. I really, really appreciate you. I'll talk to you real soon. And as always, wash your hands, you dirty fuckers. Good luck to you. Good luck to you.